Welcome to another Down the Rabbit Hole video. This is going to be a little short video with either a very good or a very bad ending to it. I was firing up my Nintendo 3DS not too long ago, haven't turned it on in a while, and I was a little bit perturbed by what I saw. So yeah, I fired up my Nintendo 3DS thinking I'm going to see my usual Donkey Kong background theme that I purchased, and when it turned on, it was actually just the generic white background that first comes with when you when you first buy the 3DS. You can see there at the top, it's all just the white stuff. And a little more scary than that, all of the things that I bought at the bottom have turned back into little presents, little gifts to indicate, hey, would you like to unwrap these new things that you just purchased? No, I don't want to unwrap these things I just purchased because I bought these ages ago. Why is everything now looking like it's a gift to unwrap? Now, some titles, like I've got Sonic All-Stars Racing's Transformed, which is a lot of fun. That's there because that's the actual cartridge that's in the back of the 3DS here. But yeah, why are all the other things that I bought showing up as new purchases to be unwrapped? I mean, okay, sure, I've got the Mii Plaza sitting there. I've got a folder here full of Sega games that I downloaded, and some of the default stuff like the 3DS Sound Studio, that's still got its original icon. The AR games have got their original icon. Like everything that came with the 3DS to begin with, the camera, it's got its normal icon, and the eShop. But all the other stuff that I bought, like I've got here Donkey Kong, that is back to how it originally is when I first purchased it. Or I've got Pushmo, that's another one that I bought ages ago, and I'm a little worried about Pushmo because I unlocked a heck of a lot of stuff there. Now, why did this happen? I think because, now I did a little research before I panicked and saw this. Some people have mentioned that yes, their 3DSs have done this as well, and they say it's actually because of something to do with the little memory card that's in the side there. Where is it? Just down in there. My card is just like one of these. It's a micro SD card where I've actually got, let's set the 3DS down for a second, inside that little connector there, instead of a full proper SD card, I've got one of these little adapter ones with the tiny little micro, if I can get it out of there. Yeah, the tiny little micro card inside there, and then that is plugged in inside the 3DS. Now, I think this problem is not just limited to micro SD cards, but I suspect maybe because I've got that sitting inside here, maybe that has aggravated this. Some people have had all of their purchases go back to this sort of default pattern here, and they've lost their themes. But they say, oh, just open it again, and the game will launch, and it will remember where you were at. So for some reason, it's like the SD card somehow dislodges or has a slight hiccup. It might even be because it's been so cold lately that my 3DS might have just had a little bit of a hiccup, like a reset of some description. So they say, just launch the game and it'll go back to, it'll show as unwrapped, and then it'll just play just fine. Okay, for example, here's 3D Outrun from Sega. Now, that was actually in this S folder here. I had put all the 3D Sega games in there. What happens if I go into that S? Ooh, they're empty. Okay, so they've moved out of that folder and back to here. So let's open up 3D Outrun and just at least see if that works okay. Ooh, the save data could not be restored from the backup. That's not a good sign. But can we at least launch it? The software could not be launched. Please download again from the eShop. Oh dear, so I'm going to have to go back to the store and re-download that. Could not detect an SD card. The software on the SD card could not be displayed. Yeah, this is turning into a very bad ending here. This is not seeing the SD card in there. And now it's taken away all of my presents. Oh no, this is going very badly here. Okay, tell you what I'm going to do is I am actually going to open up this container and I'm going to just reseed the actual SD card and hope that brings this stuff back. Alright, so now I didn't really want to do this, but since they're forcing me to, I've opened up that flimsy little card holder. Alright, so there is... Oh, I really don't like this design that they came up with. It's so delicate. Alright, so there's the SD card. Micro SD seems to be in there just fine. I'm going to put it back in and just give it a proper click in place. Alright. Slide that back in there. Okay, let's see what that did. Okay, well, we don't have our theme back, but we do have all of our presents back. Let's go back to Sega Outrun here. Unwrap. Oh! Okay, it sees it. Now let's run it.
Get ready.
Alright, so it does seem to be working. Oh, we got our controls. Good. Gears work. Alright, so the game does work. That's fine. Good to know. And I'm crashing. So let's go out of here. Okay, and the icon has returned to normal. Let's go over to Pushmo, because this one I unlocked a lot of the levels, and I want to see, does it remember that, or am I back to square one? By the way, Pushmo is an awesome game. I've always liked this one. Oh yeah, impressive. You did a fine job. Apparently I did do all of these. What about my the games that you can actually download your own levels? Let's go to stuff that I have downloaded. Oh, okay, yeah, they're there. I have done these. There's R2-D2, Chun-Li, we got Donkey Kong. Okay, yeah, and Gremlins characters. Okay, so yes. Got some Doctor Who, Mona Lisa. Okay, so yes, and I've forgotten her name again. Hessenko? Anyway. Yes, so we've got our DLC. All right, well, that's a relief. So the game is actually back to the way it was. Oh, okay, it is the Game Boy one. Now, I got a certain way through that, and what I like about the Game Boy games on the 3DS, it does remember your progress, like it does like a snapshot. So let's see if it remembers where I left off. Continue. Yeah. This is exactly where I left off. Alright. Well, I don't feel so bad now. Okay, so... where do I want to put that? There? Sure. It's ages since I've done this. I want to go up here and do something. Alright, so that's a relief. So basically, yes, if your screen starts to turn into all of the little presents again, fear not. It's not the end of the world. Oh, you know what? Let's get our theme back. See if it remembers that I got that. There we go. That's proper. Okay, so we've got our theme back. I'm just going to have to go through and open up and unwrap all of my presents again. And I guess move... Let's see if we can move this into the Sega folder. There we go. Good stuff. Yeah, alright. Yeah, this is going to take a while, but if this happens to you, if your 3DS suddenly turns into all presents and stuff, it means there was some kind of a hiccup with your SD card. It may have had a little default reset, something like that, but it does not lose your progress. I still got all my Pushmo progress, all the games that I downloaded, my status or my progress in Game Boy, Donkey Kong is sitting there, and obviously your retail discs will or cartridges will work. So It was a happy ending after all, but boy, my sinuses were clear for a few minutes there, because I've bought quite a lot of stuff here on the old 3DS. All right, there you go. Public service announcement for all 3DS owners completed. Until next time, we'll see you down the rabbit hole.